The people of the world, people of India and the people of developing, people of all Norway country, Norway, Sweden and the developing countries, who are the good in human index and the every ease of doing index. So humanity index. India and the developing country, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. I appeal to all the peoples, all the citizens, all the brothers and sisters of the world and the developing nation, mostly poor nations. Why we are the developed? Why we are developing? Why we are poor? Why our economy is not growing? Because in our developing country, all the money goes to few persons. 1% persons, they occupy all the resources. 73% resources. So that is India. Now the India, so many prime ministers, so many chief ministers. Now paradise paper. I appeal to the developing nations, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, and the Malaysia, Maldives, and these countries. They are the premiers, who are the chief ministers, who are the leaders. They deposit money of the India and the other countries in the Panama papers, in the Panama, Swiss banks, Mauritius, Paradise, other countries, British Virgin Island, in the every country. Where Pakistan prime ministers already dismissed, they are Supreme Court dismissed Pakistan presidents. Island countries, the Iceland countries, their prime minister already dismissed by the revolution of the publics. But the Vladimir Putin's others countries, they are premiers, they are prime ministers. They deposit money in the foreign countries. They deposit money, and for this money, India's economy and the developing countries' economy becomes slower. Their money become decrease. The deflation become increase. So that is why the dearness, every products become costly, and the poor people's 95% peoples, the most of the populations becomes, they live in the poor condition, live in poverty. So that is why we from the World Banks and IMF, the developing countries, our government, our leaders, they loan from the IMF and World Banks, and our money becomes decrease. Our deflation become increase. The dollars become increase, and our money, our rupees become decrease. So that is why we have to stronger our economy. How? Because if the corrupted persons, they mingle, they enter into the politics. So they loot money from developing countries and deposit in the developed countries, in Switzerland banks. Now the Obama already withdraw $700 billion from the Swiss banks. But the developing countries, India, Pakistan, and other countries, their governments, they have not power. They never withdraw the money from the Swiss banks. The Obama said, the Prime Minister of India, that he helped for the withdraw money, but Prime Minister of India, the Manmohan Singh, he never interested, because actually in India, the nominated persons become the prime ministers. Elected person never the prime minister. That is the developing country. What is the complicated policy, complicated politics? The simple persons, we are the poor persons, the farmers never thinks about the politics. We have no power enter into the politics. The monetary, the alcohol and the prostitute, the sex, the force, the criminal activities already doing inside the countries. This also governed by the politics. So the developing countries, the most of the populations, the Asian countries, the Pakistan, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, India, the most are the farmers, most are the poor. But in the elections, in the general elections, in the votings, the poor persons not enter into the government, not stand as the MP and the MLA. If anybody stands, they may be killed, they may be suppressed by the dominant persons, by the rich persons. Who are the richest persons, they are the dominator in the country. So this is not the democracy. So India is the largest democracy, and the Pakistan Republic country and the other countries, actually poor become poorer. Why? And the money, their policy, Indian policy, for the favor of the rich persons. Now Modi, the Prime Minister of India, before the 2014, the Modi said that the Congress government, 2014 India, the Congress government, the rule over India, and the Congress government, he allowed the FDI, foreign direct investment to the India. And the Modi, now the recent government, BJP government, he opposed the Congress government against the FDI. But now Modi already 100% FDI, foreign direct investment free. And instead of the Modi get crores of rupees, thousands of crores of rupees bribe, the commission from the foreign direct investment. And the developing countries, Indian, the Bollywood, the hero and the film, the cricket star, the Tendulkar, Amitabh Bachchan and the other stars, they get money, they get crores of rupees. A hero, Telugu film hero and the Bollywood hero, Hindi hero, they got 50 crores rupees, 30 crores rupees. In our India, only the workers and the farmers cannot get 10 rupees, 100 rupees. But a single person for advertisement, actually advertisement, a banner advertise, a bike advertise, they gets 1,000 crore rupees. Actually, all the monies go to same persons. This is the policy of India. This is the policy of the developing countries. So we have to change the policy. So how will change the policy? If we poor person, the farmers not enter into the developing country. I said the developing countries. All the developing countries. I address all the developing countries. I am the representative of all the developing countries. I went to the how poor index, how the poor, the hungerness will be reduced, will be destroyed from the world. When the poor persons, the hunger persons enter into the politics, enter into the government, enter into the thinkings, the mainstream of the society. But we never enter the mainstream of the society. Our thinking, our thoughts, our mind never utilized in our countries. So I went to the poor persons, the farmers, who are the real patriot. Farmers is the real patriot of the country, real patriot of the world, who produces and who provide the foods, crops, vegetables and the milks and every types of edible products to the world. And world persons, if you are alive today for the farmers and for the poor, for the laborers. So you hate the today, but the media and the other things is in the developing countries, the media belongs to the richest persons, belongs to the political persons. In Indian media, the IBMs, NDTV and the every Pakistan media, this print media, the newspapers, also Indian Express, the New Indian Telegraphs and the Hindu. So the political papers, they never, Indian 95% poor, 80% persons, 70% persons, they live in the villages. 7 lakhs villages in India, highest villages. The more than the American population is 32 crore rupees, but India 80 crores, 3 times more than people, they live in villages than America. But they never into the politics, they never enter into the judiciary, they never into the executives. Mainly all the developing countries, their judiciary, their executive body, their legislatives, they occupy the richest persons. They nominated, the rich person nominated judges, their relatives, their own persons are the judges and the executives. The English, mostly Indian English language, the developing country English language, the poor persons, the common persons cannot understand the English. They are the foreign languages. They forced all the persons, farmers, the poor, the uneducated persons are forced to know English. They never read any papers of the government, of the judiciary. So this is the real reason. This is the fact of the developing countries why we are the poor. So you have to think. These are the ideas. I want to address all the developing countries. Pakistan, India. I appeal to the youth of Pakistan, India and the Maldives, Malaysia, African countries, American countries, South American countries, every developing country, Brazil, every Colombia, every you are poor. I appeal to the poor countries. Our policy, our government, our judiciary, our executives, they are the non-living things. But the living things enter into this institution, they are the corrupt. They are the rich persons. They don't know about the hunger. They don't know what is the hunger. They don't know what is the poverty. What is the rape? What is the prostitute? What is the condition of the poor persons? How our daughter will marry? How will get money? How will get foods? How will get shelters? So this is the real, they don't know about the problems. Bill Gates don't know about the problems. Donald Trump don't know about the problems. Now the political parties, actually every person, independent countries, who are the independent countries, you can stand as the MP and independently MP and MLA and the parliamentarian. But our constitution also permit us, allow us to be stand as MP and MLA. But our constitution, but you have to know, you have to address the nations. But media is not ours. The print media is not ours. Who tells? Now the social media some helps us. But we have to share this media all over the world. All over the world, everybody should show the videos. And the BBC, CNN and the world channels should be publish these videos. We have to interview Everybody knows, developing countries will be know about us, that we also struggle for the class struggle. We also struggle for the developing countries, for the poor countries. We know, we say about our poverty, we say about our problems. But you opportunity us, you give us opportunity to telling our truth, telling our problems, telling our day-to-day necessity. So this is, I appeal to the every youth, every farmers, every poor person all over the world, African country, every countries, every door to door, this video should be released. The newspapers of the any newspapers, course magazines, you print about our news, about our address, and interview us. I want to address all over the world, all over the India, all the countries should know that we are the developing countries, we are the poor countries. We want to the making the government, we want the making the policy, and the terrorisms and the Maoisms, these types of the extremist, the violence is occurring in the many countries. This is the reason we are the poor, we are the poverty. So we solve all the problems. So we want to making the government. Our poverty should be the reduced. Nobody help us. Nobody give us food, rice. Actually, the giving and the beggar, the giving things actually not fulfill the necessity of the for the lifelong. We produce our foods. We rule over ourselves. We rule ourselves. Nobody rule us. Nobody force us. Nobody suppress us. So we want to the free. We want to the nobody help us. Nobody give us money. The World Bank, International Monetary Fund, actually the break out the backbone. Our rupees, our currency become the reduce. So there is no value of our passport. There is no value of our country. There is no value of our humanity. Humanism, human rights already suppressed, already destroyed by the rich persons. The police, army, they never, actually the police, army, most of the persons belongs to the poor and the farmers. They never listen about the farmers, they never listen to the poor. So I address to all the world, all the nations, all the army, all the media, you listen this, you listen the shouting of the poor farmers. 700 crores population in the world, but few person control over the world. The medicines, the foods, and everything, the transport, everything controlled by them. We don't know about the medicine. What is the compositions? It is suitable for us or not? We don't know. In India, in the other country, developing countries, who are the real thieves, who loot the resources, who deposit money in the foreign countries, the actors and the leaders and politicians, they never sentenced to the jail. They never. Now still they are also ruling over the country. That is the miserable condition of India. So we want to free from this. They should be sentenced. They should be recovered. They should be recovered. They return their money to the government, to the countries. That our currency, our trade facility will be increased. We will get the money. Farmers get the money, get the electricity, the water. Our waters in the developing countries, so many resources, but water already sailed. There is no policy. We never tell nothing. So I appeal to the world that release our videos, post our videos, interview us, any medias. Actually, please help us. But in the developing countries, the poor countries, the media is already sold. The media is already belongs to the rich country. They never show our videos. They never give importance to us. So I am the Prime Minister of India, candidate of India 2019. I stand for the support of the farmers. I representative of the 80 crores farmers. Indian 90 crores votings, but 70 to 80 crores farmers in India. But actually there is no representative. There is nothing. Nobody say about the farmers. We farmers, we want to the candidate of the prime ministers. We are the more majority. This is the largest democracy. The democratic country, the majority become the government. But we need the media facility. We need the media coverage. We need, our videos should be shown by the millions of persons, billions of persons. Everybody know. Farmers will know. So the print media, the electrical media, you should the publish our news. Jai Ganatantra, Jai Democracy, Jai World, Jai brother and sister of world. Jai Jagannath.